Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. If not, welcome back. So today I'm gonna show you how to crochet a tie balaclava. So let's just get into it. So the things I'm gonna be using is a crochet hook, a scissor, and then some yarn. So to start you have to make a slip knot, which you're doing like this. And then chain 45. And once you've done that, this is how it should look. So for the first row, we are gonna skip the first and go into the second stitch here and make a single crochet. Like this. And you have to do 24 single crochet, and then you should stop, and then I'm gonna show you what to do. So just continue with making single crochets, 24 single crochets. After 24 single crochets, you'll have 20 chains left here. So for the next 20 chains, you have to make slip stitches. I would recommend you to put a stitch marker right here on your last single crochet. So the slip stitches go into the chain, pull up a loop, and go here. So it would look like this. At the end, you want to chain 1 and turn for the next row, for the second row. So for the next row, we will do 20 slip stitches and 24 single crochets. But the slip stitches will be worked into a back loop, as you can see right here. So if you turn your work sideways, you'll see those here. You go through these 2 loops here, but now we're just gonna go into the back, and that's here. So it's gonna be like this. Go here, not there, but just in the back. It can be a bit difficult. Go like this, and you'll only do those slip stitches 20 times here. So for the next one, go into the back, pull up a loop, and make a slip stitch like that. And you're just gonna continue with doing that. And it would look like this. And you'll do that until you have 20 of them. When you complete your 20 slip stitches into a back loop, it would look like this. And try to make it looser, because then it'll be a little bit difficult to go into them. And now you continue to make single crochets into both of the loops. So you'll do like this. Pull up a loop and like this. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, and make a single crochet. And you'll just repeat that until the end of the row. So at the end of the second row, you want to chain 1 and turn your work. And you will keep repeating those rows. So you'll first do 24 single crochets and then 20 slip stitches into a back loop, of course, here into the slip stitches. And when you are done with your row, you have to chain one and turn your work again. So you're just gonna repeat that with 24 single crochets, and then you'll make 20 slip stitches into the back loop, and at the end of the row you'll chain one and turn your work, and just repeating that. So you're just gonna do this until you have 26 rows, and I'll do that off camera and then I will show you when I've done that. So once you've made 26 rows, it would look like this. And don't chain one at the end because we are not done yet, because we have to work with this side now, because now we'll need to make another 24 single crochet, but on this side. So here each row will have about 1 stitch above. So as you can see here, straight into the hole, insert your hook, pull up a loop and make a single crochet. And you'll just do that when you see a hole. You just insert your hook and make a single crochet, and you'll do that on this side. So I'll meet you at the end. And it would look like this. Now chain one and turn your work. And now after you change for the 27th row, you want to make 48 single crochets until the stitch marker. So yeah, I'll just do that and then I'll meet you when I came to the stitch marker. Once you've done that, it would look like this. And now you do the 20 slip stitches over here into a back loop. So just as we did before, into the back here, and make a slip stitch. Now you will chain one and then turn your work. You have to repeat the 26th and the 27th row until your total row count is 45. So just repeat the 26th and 27th row and repeat that until your row count is 45, and then I'll meet you. So when you're done with your 45 rows, it should look like this. So now at the end of the row you have to chain one and turn the work. So for the 46th row you have to do 20 slip stitches on the back loop and then 24 single crochets. So 20 slip stitches on the back loop and then 24 single crochets, and then I'll meet you at the end. So once you've crocheted 20 slip stitches in the back loop and 24 single crochets, then the thing we want to do now is a decrease and the next 2 stitches here. So now pull up below in the first, pull up below in the second, and go through them all, and then chain one. So now turn your work, and you can see the decreases here, and we will skip this one and make a single crochet here. So go into the pull up below and make a single crochet like this, and we'll do that 24 times. So we have 24 single crochets. So now you just have to keep going with this until you have 70 rows. So just make 20 slip stitches in the back loop and then 24 single crochets, and then do a decrease on the two here, and then you'll make and then you chain one, and then you just turn the work and make another 24 single crochets and make 20 slip stitches in the back loop. And you'll do that just on these stitches. So you do, after your 70 rows, you shouldn't have any left here. So I'll meet you when I've done that. And it's very important, after you did your decrease, you skip this one and go into the next stitch. So that's a really important step. After your 78 rows, it should look like this on both sides. So you end here, and then you want to change one, change your work. And you're only gonna be working in these 20 slip stitches on the back loop, and you're gonna do that until you have 14 of these bumps from now on. So now we're here. So right before your stick marker, you're gonna make a chain, turn your work, and just gonna continue with making slip stitches, 20 slip stitches on the back loop until you have 14 of these kind of bumps. So just make 20 slip stitches, chain one, and then turn your work, and you'll just continue with do that. I'll do that off camera, and then I'll meet you again. So once you've done that, it should look like this. And now you have to sew it together here with a slip stitch. Insert your hook into a back loop here, pull up a loop and make a slip stitch. And you'll just do that with all 20 slip stitches here. So once you've done that, you want to pull it to the right size. So just like so, like this. So it is on the right side. So it should look like this. And you can see the sewing here. So it should look like this. So for now you have to change 11. So you're just gonna chain 11. Like so. So now you're gonna start from the second chain and make 10 single crochets. So just start from the second one here. So just make 10 single crochets and then I'll meet you again. So now we have to make a decrease, so we go in here, pull up a loop, pull up a loop again, and go through all 3 loops like this. And you'll now chain one, turn your work, and now you have to make 10 single crochets in the back loop here, and you're gonna skip the first decrease here because it doesn't count as a stitch. So you just go into the second one here and make a single crochet in the back loop, and you're gonna do that with all 10. So now you're gonna change one, turn your work on this side, and you're gonna make 10 another single crochets in the back loop. So you're actually just gonna keep going with making degrees, then chain 1 and turn your work and make another 10 single crochets in the back loop, and then chain 1, make 10 single crochets and make a degrees here and chain 1 and turn your work. And you're actually just gonna do that all around the head here, the circle thing, all around here, and you should be ending right here. But I'm just gonna show you one more time. So here I'm at the end, you're gonna make a degrees in these two. So just go in, pull up a loop, go into the other, pull up a loop, and go through all 3 loops. And then you're gonna chain 1. You're gonna make another 10 single crochets here, and then you're gonna make a chain 1 and then make another 10 single crochets and gonna make a degrees here, then chain 1, turn your work, and it is important to don't forget to skip the degrees here because it doesn't count as a stitch, and then you go into the second one here, but you'll always have 10 single crochets in the back loop. So just keep going with this all around and until you are here again. So I'll just meet you when I'm here again. So this is how it will look after you've done that. Now you have to make a slip stitch into the main balaclava. So I'm just gonna do that. So make a slip stitch into the main balaclava. Like this. And now you'll have to crochet these two together. But first we will change 1, and you're gonna take these 2 parts, put it like this so you can crochet it on the. So once you've done that, you have to make 10 slip stitches on the back loop. So I'm just gonna do that. So just make 10 slip stitches. So once you've done that, it would look like this. And now you have to cut the yarn off, leaving quite a bit of a tail. So I'm just gonna do that. And now you just have to pull the yarn. You've done that. So you can set the balaclava aside for a moment and grab your yarn once again with about 4 or 5 meters of a tail, and we'll do a cord stitch. So grab your yarn as you normally would do, and then wrap your tail around your hook like this. And you now yarn over and pull through 2. And again, grab your tail and then yarn over and pull through 2 like this. And you will need to repeat this total of 200 times. And this is how it looks after 200s. Pull through. So it looks like this. And you will need to hide that tail into the cord. So I'm just gonna go in and hide the tail. So I'm just going in, and then I'm gonna hide my tail. And this is how it should look. We will now need to grab our balaclava. So first of all, we found a hole where we can put our cord into. So from where you have your slip stitches joined right here, you have to count 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna join the cord into the 6th one and the 8th one from where we slip stitch it. And then you're gonna count 3 stitches up. And I've now inserted my hook into the hole. You'll now have to grab your cord and then pull it through. So I'm gonna try to pull it through. Like this. And we're gonna do it again on the 4th one here from the first tail. So just get another one. And let's see here. So I'll insert my hook here. So it'll be like this. Once you've done that, you want to pull your balaclava outside out. So I'm just gonna do that. Which means that you now have it on the wrong side. So this can be a bit confusing, but you're gonna leave these 2 cords here, and the others you're gonna take it. You just kind of put it in the place like this. And you're gonna put it between the ribbing. So when you go with a needle and you sew it around, your cord will be staying inside because you're gonna sew it like this. So you're gonna use your leftover tail, and this is the wrong side, and you kinda want to fold it over like this, and you're just gonna join the ribbon. So I'm just gonna use the simple stitch here and gonna go back and forth, back and forth. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm joining both of the layers. So I'm just gonna sew it all around together, and then I'll see you at the end. Now this is how it will look. I've just hid my tail in between the stitches a couple of times. So now I'll just cut it off with a scissor. And that's it, and then you're gonna turn it back to the right side. And that is pretty much it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video. If you have any questions or suggestions, just write it in the comment, and then I'll try my best to answer. This is what it will look when you are done. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, that's all. Hope I see you in my next video. Bye.